Hello, ladies. Hope everyone's doing well. Lately, I just keep getting a lot of information about limiting beliefs, and I'm not really sure exactly what everyone's talking about. Do you ladies know what limiting beliefs or what they mean to you?
It's funny that you're asking this question because I was actually doing some soul searching on that. And I actually did some research.
Okay.
So I'm going to read to you what I have down as a definition of limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs is a state of mind, conviction, or belief you think to be true that limits you in some way. So that word limited belief, it's limiting you. And it's a belief that you have. Now, these beliefs come from all kinds of different places. They come from how you grew up. It comes from your education. It comes from somebody walking by and making one comment to you. Like someone can make a comment to you on something, and that sticks in your brain as a limiting belief. That's a belief that you have. What they're saying is true. The problem comes when that limiting belief stops you from achieving what you want to do. It like stops you from moving forward.
So when we talked about imposter syndrome in one of our episodes, that was a limiting belief because it could stop you from moving forward. So what is there a list of limiting beliefs, or it's just me stopping myself from doing something I want to do?
So let's talk about, so in the imposter syndrome, Tracy E was talking about how she was training on this new system, I think it was. And she had this feeling of she wasn't like, she didn't even know the whole system. So she could have used that as a limiting belief, saying, nope, I can't take that new opportunity on. I'm not a good trainer on that. She could have had that, it stopped that opportunity. But instead, she dove into it.
Because that's our Tracy E.
But it could be somebody walked by and said to you, I've had this. I've had this. I was presenting in my past um, careers. I was presenting to one of our largest accounts. And as we walked out, my supervisor said, I don't want you presenting anymore. You're constantly umming and bubbling. Nope, you're not a good speaker. We can't have you speaking anymore.
Well, that's very supportive.
But that was somebody telling me how bad I was at something. 3 months later, I had to do a presentation again without my supervisor, but with my VP. So now I have this limiting belief. I'm going to, I didn't want to do it. Like I could feel the sweat pouring as I'm doing this presentation. We walked out and he says, you're probably one of the best speakers I've ever seen give a presentation. And I didn't really change anything. But in my mind, I'm a lousy speaker because I and this and that. He took it as my vice president as, well, you were just getting your thoughts together. Because they were asking a question, I'd be like, yeah, we can do that. Like it was my pause moment where somebody was tearing me apart and I had this limiting belief I should not be speaking to my VP telling me I was probably one of the best presenters he's seen to a large account.
And this is really super, super important because what it demonstrates is that you can have two people see the same thing and walk out with two separate opinions because of the lens that they are wearing as they are witnessing you do your presentation. We also have that same ability to say, I don't need to have the lens of I'm a lousy speaker. I'm going to choose something different. And how do I know that that is not true? Where's the validity in the statement that he has said, I'm a lousy speaker? But this also goes back to what you said, Michelle, about how we are brought up. If the expectation from our parents or from our teachers is that you need to be a grade A student and you're only ever pulling off B's, then you're going to be growing up with the belief that you're never good enough. I just can't cut it. I'm not good enough. And we arrive at these beliefs and we let them dominate our life. And we never stop to question, well, wait a minute, where did this come from? Like, why do I believe this? Right? And the moment we can start challenging those beliefs, especially the ones that limit us, right? The ones that hold us back, the ones that are stopping us from achieving our full potential, the ones that stop us from dreaming, the ones that say, well, who do you think you are to decide you want to do that? When we go, wait a minute, well, who am I not in order to be able to do that? You can start to literally chop down those beliefs and create the possibility in your life that you really want to have and that you deserve, right? I mean, everybody deserves that possibility. As humans, we deserve it. We definitely deserve it. There's no question in my mind. Possibility, it exists in every single human beyond whatever it is that you're doing right now. You have hopes and dreams and aspirations. And most of the time, we don't go after them because we don't believe in ourselves enough to take the risk.
I had a boss that would say all the time, why not me? Like, why not me? And he totally believed it. He's super successful, but that was his mantra. Like, it was just like, why not me? Go to the moon? Why not me? Why not me?
Yeah.
And he's a very successful businessman. And I just always used to go, yeah, why not? But why not me? Why not me? But he believed it, and it just shows.
And that ripples out into everything else, right?
Yeah.
The why not me attitude in business ripples out to your family life, to your relationships, to everything. Why not me? Why not me?
Yeah.
And I mean, what an amazing way to view the world. Why not me?
So if you have that, if you start having thoughts, I can't do that, that's not me. Anything that has this negative condensation to it, when you want to move forward with something, a new job comes up. Oh, I don't have all the skills. I can't check all those boxes. You want to run a race. I've never run a race. That's just not who I am, try to understand where that belief came from. Tracy G, you always laugh or tease Tracy E and I because we're big pen to paper people. But write that out. Like, where did that belief come from? Was it I was taught in school that girls don't go out for the football team? I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. Well, that's a belief that a teacher told you. That's not factual. That's not a fact. Just because no one's done it doesn't mean it can't be done. If someone, just try to challenge what your beliefs are. And there are going to be some where you feel that's a belief that you want to hold on to. That's not a negative, but you understand it better. Okay. I don't want to go mountain climbing. I have no desire to hang off a mountain. I have no desire for that. That's not a belief. That's just a desire I don't have. But the limiting belief for me to run an ultra race, when I pull that apart, it was a belief all the way back to my childhood that someone told me I can't do athletic things. I'm just not that type of person. So that always stuck there. So there's that type of difference.
So the secret is, one, addressing them, understanding that you have them, kind of going deep and figuring out where they came from. And again, taking action.
And are they true? Like, is it true?
That's the biggest thing.
Is it true?
Yeah, that's a good, are they true?
Is that belief true. And if you feel it's true, then figure out where that came from. Because we can all say, yeah, I'm not athletically inclined. Yep, that person was right. But then when I dug deep into what was that a truthful statement, well, at that time and what I was doing, that was, I'm not good at softball. That's all it was. I'm not athletically inclined. Doesn't mean I'm not athletically inclined. It just meant I wasn't good at softball. Really. It didn't mean I couldn't go on and run. It didn't mean I couldn't go on and participate in Tough Mudders. It didn't mean I couldn't go on and do other athletic things. It just meant I wasn't good at softball at that time. That's all it meant. So
But I
that,
think it's also important to recognize that it doesn't mean that you are not going to have the emotional state of, I don't think I can do this, right?
Hmm.
Just like me in the training, right? Like you said, I could have let that fact that I did not know everything about my system to say, no, I'm not capable of doing this. It was like, okay, well, while I still believe that, I took the opportunity to do something about that to prove to myself that statement's not true. I don't necessarily need to know everything in order to be able to train on that system. And that is super important because that goes back to what we talked about in our previous episode about limiting belief, just being able to take that action.
yes, it seems like action keeps being that repeated theme in the previous episode and this one. That you might not have all the answers to your limiting belief, but you have to take action, or else you're going to allow your hopes, your dreams, your opportunities, everything just pass by you. And I think we're three examples of that because we all three of us started our businesses later in life. Like, and we've talked in past episodes on, yes, we're older women, and yes, we're like, retirement isn't what retirement used to be, but we didn't have that limiting belief. We pushed that limiting belief aside that we're at an age now that we have to retire and go out to pasture and, do different things. No, we don't want to do that. Any other thoughts on limiting beliefs?
Get rid of them, challenge them.
Guys told me, helped explain it to me.
Yeah.
Throw them out the window.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, just challenge it. Like, where did it come from? Like, how do I know that it's true?
Yeah.
Who says it's true?
Yeah.
Who made that statement? Who says it's true?
I think that's a big one, is where it came from.
Yeah.
Because I think, this has been said over and over through these episodes, is what we hold on to as we, go through life, and little things, little comments, little things come to us, and we seem to hold on to them. Why do we hold on to the really good ones?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
even if you don't know where the belief came from, you can still challenge it to say, how do I know that that's not true? How do I know that this thought that I have, I don't even know where it came from. I don't know where this belief came from. I don't know who gave it to me, but it's something I believe about myself. How do I know that it's not true? And your brain will literally go out and find all the examples of why it's not true. It really will. I mean, how you ask your questions to yourself is so key in self-coaching or any of that, to be able to dive deeper into what it is that you want to believe. It really is. To say, I don't know how to do something. Well, your brain goes, yep, no, you don't. Shut down. We're done. We're like, there's no point in exploring it, as opposed to, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I fix this? Your brain goes, okay, let's go find out the answer.
Yep. Yes. So it would be wonderful, not wonderful. It would be great if you guys commented and let us know how you work through your limiting beliefs. If you have more questions around limiting beliefs, if you have a limiting belief that is really holding you back, what is it and where did you get that limiting belief from. Make sure you subscribe and get notifications. Every Wednesday, a new episode will come out. Until next time, have a great day.
Bye, ladies.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.